She's gone. But why? Here I am. Disclaimer, we are playing as a fill-in for a psychiatrist. So we are playing a psychiatrist ourselves. You are, of course, welcome to share your own experience. You are, of course, welcome to share your own thoughts. And but remember that I am not a licensed therapist, so please, I cannot help you on stream as like a licensed therapist could. We will just talk about what I think is a good way to phrase the questions. We will just talk about how we could phrase them and what we could do about them. There is a lot of things that can happen. I'll just also explain to you why I'm asking which question and explain to you what we did before, and you would also have the possibility of looking into the past acts. We'll also go through everything we found so far. Short overview over this game from my side, real quick, is like basically Dr. Dekker, a psychiatrist of a couple of people, has been murdered on the night of Valentine. So he has been stabbed, as we know now, with a envelope opener, like that's kind of a knifey thing. And he has been stabbed in his bureau at night and was found by, I think the name was Ben, but I will have my notes with me soon. I'm actually taking notes like a psychiatrist. But yeah, so he was found by the cleaning boy or cleaning guy. I think his name was Ben. And Ben is also trying to sue, of course, like now, the bureau of Dr. Dekker. But we're trying to like talk it out with him. Now, Dr. Dekker, however, has not been the best psychiatrist, it seems. He apparently tried to make the condition of his patients worse at some point. He literally told patients to burn stuff and stuff, like things. He did things, a lot of things that would not be okay for an actual psychiatrist. Reason being that some of these things might be realer than we think. They might not only be real and as such valid for the person themselves, the things they experience might actually be real, no matter how unreal they seem. As such, we will not only have to deal with, like, day-to-day therapy, we also have to deal with the potential possibility that chaos will arise. This is Lovecraftian horror. Is very well made, in my personal opinion. I love this game. And the Infectious Madness of Dr. Dekker involves us asking real questions that we type in word by word to ask real people, like, of course, actors, certain things and trigger certain responses. These responses will progress us through the game. We have like options that are orange, we've got options that are green. Our plan is not to orange out everyone, aka ask them everything we need to know for the main story. No, our plan is to green them out without hits, aka nothing else can be asked. We do take like mental health very serious over here. It is okay not to be okay every day. Sometimes you're just having a bad day, and that's okay, that's fine. Sometimes those days get worse and you might need a little help, but it's okay to let yourself have help. You should, in fact, let yourself have help. Allow yourself to get some support sometimes. If you have the feeling that you're not allowed to get support, please remind yourself of the opposite. Please remind yourself that it's actually a sign of strength to accept support, okay? You're allowed. Okay, so, as you can see, 660 searches made. Every search is like one question we ask. But we are in a new act, so we are again by progress 0. We are in act 3, which is called Spiked. And we have an overall progress of 39%, so this is a long game. No hints used so far, let's keep it that way because of the achievement.
midnight each day.
On Valentine's night,
Time as you know it freezes.
20 minutes past 10.
Keep up, Doctor.
Thinks we're going to smother her in her sleep.
I'm a grave digger, Doctor.
I was at home,
David is my husband.
all on my lonesome.
Stabbed him with a steak knife.
Nothing changes.
I'm a qualified angel of death.
When I'm dancing,
You get this day over and over.
Hilda.
I black out.
I don't think she's got long.
And Laurie just...
Naked on the beach.
Hannah.
Is that it for today?
David
So
Hunt,
this-
I can change my skin.
then skins.
Dr. Dekker dated his patients.
I had a hot date.
We went out for drinks.
I took photos of Jessica.
Dr. Dekker did
On
phone
Valentine's Day.
and ask me for Nathan's number.
There was a girl there.
Am I wrong to keep the locket?
I'm allowed to
Qualified
talk to her,
angle.
aren't
He
I?
was preoccupied with finding
Photographs.
patterns.
Rocking chair.
I haven't been back to the beach since
I had a bit of a shaky loop incident.
where I find something
I set fire
beautiful in the sea.
to Hannah's clothes in the garden.
I dug the grave.
I wish I'd said goodbye.
Dr. Dekker cursed me.
It didn't weigh enough to have a body in it.
So those were actually Act 1 and Act 2. Like, just a couple of answers that we got. I wanted to start with Claire for a very specific reason. She has now finally murdered her husband for real. So, Claire had stabbed her husband before. Because he's an obstetrician that f***ed his assistant. And she's a little bit of a Yandere. And apparently they were, or are, or have been now that he's actually dead, monogamous, so don't be the Yandere if you cannot be loyal to her as well. So yeah, we have a crime scene report that we read through last time. It's basically this is the crime scene report of Dr. Dekker. A paper spike. No, it was actually a paper spike used. Oh, my bad. I mean, it's still stabby. So he was stabbed to death with a paper spike. We also have the report of our dear patient stabbing her husband to death with a steak knife and literally telling the police that it was murder, but she has like too much money, so she's still sitting here. We will find out more about that soon. Dr. Dekker actually resigned from his position shortly before he was murdered. Which, And we have the footage of Dr. Alderby. Which apparently, according to the assistant Yaya, Alderby was a, like, kind of supervisor that, slipped into the shoes of a patient and just mimicked to be a patient to then later on come in telling everybody what he did and, helping actually the psychiatrist out with his methods. So, or with their methods, because I want to be inclusive for this. Alderby footage of him mimicking a patient kind of makes me think that there's more to it than him just helping people to be better therapists. So,
Nothing,
let's go.
Of course. The faculty thinks I've gone loopy, like some kind of spongy Mobius strip. That's why I'm here, isn't it, Dr. Dekker? Him, God, the great old one, the elder god, Cthulhu, however you address him. Listen to me! You're not listening! It's your only bloody job! Well, let's call him God. He creates this world for his amusement, something he can play with and occasionally alter to suit his mood. God loves chaos, but something goes wrong. Man and woman evolve. What was once chaotic becomes, well, more ordered.
Oh, where are you going, Patsa?
Without chaos, he has less power. When there's too much order, he becomes impotent.
Welcome
so
back.
He needs to instill chaos again. And do you know how he does this? No. And yes, but you're being too granular. He needs chaos so he can return, and the only thing stopping him is you. Not just you. You and people like you. Psychiatrists, doctors, nurses. Anyone who is caring for people who are losing their sanity. You have no comprehension how important your job is, do you? He doesn't need your version of insanity to spread. He needs chaos. It's not the same. It's just a means to an end. They're not all cultists, unfortunately. Once you see the truth, it's hard not to spread chaos yourself, to cause further insanity and Half your own. I doubt it. But can I make you question your reality? Definitely. But in
Nice
doing
pizza.
so, I would be promoting more chaos. On the basis the central component
Nice
of our
pizza.
universe is chaos, science can only document a perception of the chaos at any one given moment in time. As, by definition, chaos is unpredictable from one moment to the next. Which means that at any given moment, we can choose to alter our perception of the world, no matter how much chaos that would cause. In 10 seconds' time, there will be no gravity in this room, and we will float. 3, 2, 1. You think nothing happened.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Where's your glass, Doctor?
And the glass actually smashed. I like how they acted in these scenes. Feels realistic. Yeah, those actors are pretty good. Honestly, they are pretty good. It's very, very well made. Very well made. So we're starting out with Claire. I'll open the question history for you. We do have notes. The arrest report says Claire killed David. I've underlined some things to ask her about. I wonder if Bryce buried David. What happened with Ben? Ben is the cleaner. Ask patients about the paper spike. Too much to do today. So Dekker also called Nathan the day Dekker was murdered. But yeah, so too much to do today. Excuse me if I end up sounding British every once in a while. I do not know how that happens. I don't mind it, but I'm not ranting. So, he's underlined stuff. Okay, let me note that down. Neighbor. Okay, ask about the neighbor. The blood, steak knife, dead man and husband, and murder. So those are the trigger words for us that we have to go through. But I'll still make it a conversation. I'll still make it a conversation. I don't want to go, but I want to rest. Take me to the pub. Ah. Well, then just don't go. It's completely valid if you don't go. Okay, so Claire has a new day. You know, starting a conversation. So, hi, how are you today?
I've been to the lake house regularly, keeping an eye on David. I saw the girl again, the one I told you about. She was playing outside.
Okay, so she had met a girl before, which she talked to on the lakeside. I got a report that says you were arrested for murder? Just like phrasing it not as bad, but I definitely have to talk about that, so I want to get it out of the way easy. Now, my question here is phrased in a way that I only said she got arrested for murder. Now the report said that she did it, but I still kind of want to give her the opportunity to be completely free of that all and just tell me what she wants to tell me or can tell me, because a lot of therapy revolves around the person wanting to be open about things. I didn't know this was a game. I thought this was analog or well, it's good though, isn't it?
That's what it says. I can see you're confused. The police say that David is dead, fatally wounded when I stabbed him. The coroner says that David is dead. Everyone says that David is dead. There was even a funeral. But I know he's alive.
Lady, sorry. Have you seen your arrest report?
It makes for interesting reading, doesn't it? I can tell you're dying to ask me about it. Fire away.
To be honest, I like her a bit. She's so cool. Okay, like she is very open to talk about it. Well then, how could you have a funeral if David isn't dead?
He's buried at Henley Church. You can go see for yourself. There's even a headstone.
Okay, that's
One
where
of your
the other one
patients
works then.
was a pallbearer. I never forget her face. You should ask him.
Well, he should know if there was a body in it, given the fact that he, like, carried it a little bit. Okay. Definitely have to ask him about it later. Did you intend to fatally wound him?
David wanted to have a talk about our relationship. Not
Oh.
something any married person wants to hear. He said he'd been with Iris for about a year and that he loved her. He said he didn't love me anymore. Which I know is a lie. You don't just fall out of love with somebody. I reacted badly. I grabbed the nearest weapon I could find, which happened to be the steak knife, and stabbed him with it. There was so much blood. I instantly regretted it. So I fixed him.
She is a Yandere. Maybe that's why I connect with her. But yeah, so, yeah, she stabbed him. Her husband, David. She was, or is, or was married to a guy named David who, cheated on her with his assistant called Iris. He was stabbed before by her. Apparently he didn't learn to, like, either safely get a divorce or do not cheat anymore. So, yeah! I can give you 2 things on this chat. First, don't stick your dick in crazy. Second, if you happen to fuck around and find out it was crazy, be prepared to find out. Okay? These are service announcements. She said she fixed him. How did you fix him? I mean, he is... The report says he's dead, but let's see how she perceives the situation. Because this is important of what's real for her. But I am crazy. Yeah, but that's still no exemption. Other people are differently crazy.
It was about a week later. I brought David back to life. Not with voodoo, not with virginal sacrifice. I just willed it to happen, and it did. Dr. Dekker told me it was possible, but only if you're not buried. He says once you're in the ground, there's no coming back. But until then, you have a chance at resurrection.
Was Dekker planning on resurrecting with her? But wait. Did you actually resurrect David?
Yes, resurrection. But now that I've seen the results, I don't think there's anything holy about it. I think reanimation is more an accurate term. Like,
But
I'm
wasn't
an
he
evil
buried?
necromancer raising things from the dead.
But wasn't he buried? Like, do you think you might not just see David's ghost or something?
I assure you, David is not a ghost. I've touched him.
Ew. Oh. Yeah. Oh. So, I feel like I don't want to go down that road yet, so, is David not human?
Since I brought him back, I felt that there was something different about him, something not quite right. I think it's his brain. But how ludicrous that you can bring someone back in the first place. It's like that book, Pet Cemetery. Funnily enough, he does smell of earth, but that's because he spends most of his time out hunting.
Okay. So what were... Like, excuse the phrasing of this question. Now I am, like, literally just curious. What were the exact results of David's resurrection? That's how you write resurrection, right? Yeah. My brain was, like, getting through the lyrics of Resurrection by Erection. By the way, good song.
I think his brain was already decaying during the week that he was dead.
I know.
Important bits. So when I brought him back to life, I didn't heal him completely. Just gave him life in the state he was in. I mean, he's hunting and killing things and trying to roast them on fires he can only light with matches, but that's about it. He's your basic Neanderthal. So I have a problem.
Okay. What is said problem?
I'm being charged with murder because the police don't know he's still alive, and I can't get David to vouch for me for obvious reasons. I think it would raise quite a few more questions than answers, which is why I'm hoping that you'd be able to help me.
So how do you intend for me to help you?
Considering the circumstances, I'd be grateful if you could see your way to declaring me temporarily insane at the time of the murder, to lessen my sentence. Because I'm not a killer, but I can't prove otherwise. You don't still think I'm a killer, do you, Doctor?
What I, in all honesty, speaking from what I would think as a therapist if I were one, what I think that she is a killer or not is not what matters here. Like, my personal opinion doesn't matter at this point. The only opinion that matters is a professional one, and the professional one in my case, I would probably try to, like, only look at the entire situation, because if she is a murderer or not is a thing that, like, the legal part has to decide. I am just deciding if she's capable of murder. And my current thought process goes in the direction that, yes, Claire, as a Yandere, you are capable of murder. The way you are dealing with it might be tied to the way you're perceiving your current situation, which could be tied to, like, potential insane fits, of course, but let's just go the route, what if not? Because what if not? No, you're not a killer. But you still might be a murderer.
Thank you, Doctor. So then you'll help me? You'll say I was temporarily insane?
No. I also won't say that you were temporarily insane. Is that how you write it?
I'm going to pretend that I didn't hear that. Let's have a few more sessions before you seal our fates. Or is it that you want something else? Like Dr. Dekker did?
Wait. What did Dr. Dekker want? Wait. What did Dr. Dekker want?
Dr. Dekker teased me mercilessly about my eligibility. He didn't believe I'd reanimated David. Once, he presented me with a dead mouse and commanded me to give it life again. I didn't, of course. It's not something I'd throw around lightly. He changed his mind about me eventually. And then he mentioned the girl.
Why am I only getting the report just now? What's the date of the report? Wait, I don't know what our current date is. So this has been longer ago, I suppose? Stinky putza. Not voodoo magic. Also, I wouldn't call it voodoo magic, but no. Not voodoo, not magic, not anything like that. Pure chaos. No. Let me get back. So he talked about the girl. There is so much right now that is coming in. So wait. So the fact that David was killed is quite a while ago, apparently, and I just got the report today for whatever reason. It must have happened before Dekker was killed, so she might have also resurrected Dekker, but we don't know. Maybe Dekker requested resurrection. Maybe the girl was somebody she'd resurrected before. Like, I am not saying any of this is real, I'm not saying any of this is not real, because Lovecraftian horror, it could full well be real, and if it is real for her, that's the only thing that matters to me. I am saying that at all times. If you struggle with mental health, that struggle is real to you, and that's the only thing that matters in deciding if it is a real struggle or not. If it's a struggle for you, it is one. Easy as that. So I thought before, when she talked, that it makes sense. At the beginning, she said like David wasn't doing much, and then I thought she was maybe talking about David's ghost. But then she said no, David's alive. But that was already after the fact. So she did murder David, and that was the stab knife incident. That was the stabby incident. So, but she resurrected him potentially. I love how this rolls up slowly, deeper and deeper and deeper, like it peels off like an onion. I love things like that. Just a lot that's put together here. Not too much else. Could you say ball of water? I am not British. I'm not gonna say ball of water or water or something. Water. Ball of water. I'm not gonna say that. That's not even proper. No. If I say bottle of water, it's like bottle of water. It's like I am not British. I only lived in England for about 1 year, and I was very, very young, so there's no way I could have sounded like I could have adapted to a British accent forever or by nature or something. No. I'm just chaotic. I have all the accents. What girl did Dekker mention? Was it?
He told me he'd locked up a girl in the basement of his house.
What?
Just for me. And he asked me to reanimate her. It was Iris. I said I couldn't reanimate something that wasn't dead, and he said that wouldn't be a problem. So I agreed. I just played along. I was hoping it wasn't real. I assumed it wasn't real. But he was offering me what I wanted. A temporary insanity diagnosis.
Disclaimer. Dr. Dekker might have been a psychiatrist, but he might not have been a good psychiatrist. This is not what an actual psychiatrist would do. I personally would feel very unsafe if they even entertained the thought, to be honest. Like, bro, you deal in medication. What are you doing trying to make your patients go insane? Dekker is such a... But let's go down this road. Did you help Iris?
It didn't happen.
Okay.
Dr. Dekker called me from his house to cancel. He was furious. He said that Iris had escaped, and he blamed me for it. He said that I must have set her free after he told me about her.
What?
I knew it was all lies anyways. He was obviously titillating himself by reprimanding me. He knew I'd never want to speak to Iris again, so I couldn't prove it either way.
Dekker! Dekker, what's wrong with you? Dekker, you little bitch. What's with you? I've got so many questions noted down right now. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I at least want to orange her out, so I have a couple of things circled that I want to talk to first. Because I know if we go down this rabbit hole... Okay, so she said one of the patients was a pallbearer. I do think I know which patient, but let's just ask her. Which patient was pallbearer?
Bryce was a pallbearer.
Oh, Bryce, okay, good. So, as I thought.
He's also a grave digger, I believe.
Yep, he is. So, do you know Bryce? Like, personally?
Smuggling a body out of a funeral can be difficult. Unless you pay the right people.
Bryce! What did you do? Bro! These people! Oh, come on. I'm so happy they're not sitting on this couch at the same time, because this would be chaos. Yet another reason why it's one-on-one talks, but oh god. So wait, let's go back. Because Bryce has no stars on it, the question, so I think I won't go down that road. Let's go down the other road again. What changed Dr. Dekker's mind? What does she think changed his mind?
Dr. Dekker asked if I could prove David wasn't dead, so I took him to the lake house.
Oh.
He saw that I was telling the truth. I can take you to see him too, if you like. Would you like to see David, Doctor?
In all honesty, yes. Yes, I'd like to see David, because there are multiple reasons for that. First, I can confirm the situation with my own eyes, which can be helpful. I can confirm her own situation in her home with my own eyes, which can be helpful for, like, certain extremes. And if he has actually been resurrected, maybe I can also discern what I can do to help her, you know? Or to help David. So, yeah, I'd like to see David.
Very well. In our next session.
She's gonna bring him over? She's gonna bring him over? By the way, I don't know why I did that with a question mark. Yes, I'd like to see David? Maybe? I'm not sure. But yeah. Let's ask her at least about the paper spike, though. Because she is still, because she is a stabby one, she's still, I need to know if she knows. Do you know anything about a particular... Is that how you write it? Paper spike.
It sounds to me as if Dr. Dekker's murder was a spur-of-the-moment thing. If you were planning to kill someone, you'd bring a weapon with you, wouldn't you? I imagine that the paper spike made a very good weapon, though. It could look quite menacing, glinting in the moonlight.
She is such a Yandere! Oh, how goddamn yes! Oh god, yes. But moonlight? Weren't...
So quick to jump to conclusion, Doctor. Obviously, I meant sunlight.
I wanted to ask her if her sessions weren't her sessions in the morning, and I clicked the enter button by accident. But moonlight was actually if it... Like, we aren't sure out, people! We aren't sure out! I still think that might have been a Freudian slip. Anyway, we aren't sure out! That's a goal. I don't think we will green her out today, but we definitely oranged her out. That's so good. We got notes. Didn't Claire always have her sessions with Dekker in the morning? See, I remembered that because I have notes. I've got notes. So, I remember that. Should I tell Bryce that Claire says he's been smuggling bodies? I should tell Bryce that Claire says he's been smuggling bodies. Yes. Okay. Anything that is currently... Okay, so we have... Did you actually resurrect David? Do you intend to fatally wound him? And have you seen your arrest report? And how are you today? And I got a report that says you were arrested for murder. We've got open questions from there. I did take quite an amount of notes for these questions. So, did you speak to the girl at the lake house again? She talked about it at the beginning.
I didn't speak to her this time. Something about her made me feel uneasy. I just watched her from the bedroom window. She'd caught a fish. She was holding it in her hands.
What did the girl do with the fish? Because no matter if that's actually something she saw actively or she imagined seeing, that doesn't matter. The fact that she thinks it's like it's something she needs to share might be something that I need to know. Like, there might be information here.
I wasn't close enough to see, but for all intents and purposes, it looked as if the fish bit her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive.
I remember hearing that before. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 once I caught a fish alive. I don't remember the rest of it. Dang it. When she got back into it, she said she couldn't get into it because she didn't have her key. Did you find your key?
Oh, I found the key. It must have been there all along, in a drawer in the hallway. I could have sworn I'd looked there already.
But didn't she... Practitioner! Achievement! Didn't she say something about that? What drawer in the hallway?
You don't have to analyze everything I say, Doctor. Sometimes
I
a
have to.
hallway is just a hallway. And yes, before you ask, the same goes for the drawer.
I do though, because somehow that piqued my interest, because didn't she say something like that? I don't have a note about that, but didn't she talk about that before? I mean, apparently it's not the right way. Let's get into the report again. Like a neighbor... I do hate that word, by the way, because it's a neigh for like horses neighing and then just a bore. Your neighbor reported you.
My neighbours seem far more interested in my business than they are their own. The lake
Some
house
neighbours
only
are
has
like
one
that.
house opposite, and it was on sale for some time. I suppose I should have bought it.
Good, minus the very realistic dream I had about a certain samurai. It'll be fine, Hala. Subconscious sometimes does that to help you work through things. Is that a German neighbor? It's... The neighborhood watch is actually more of an American thing. But yeah, we do have nosy neighbors over here. I think every country has their own nosy neighbors. It's like the type of person. You said you were covered in blood.
It's a messy business, stabbing someone. You'd
Done it more
imagine
often?
that it would be like slicing into a pie with all the filling just slowly oozing out, but it's so much more dramatic, like popping a cork of a bottle of champagne. Blood sprayed everywhere.
It depends on how you stab them, actually. And how quickly you... Like, it depends on where you stab them. If you leave the knife in or not. And if you, like, do more of a slicing. Just, like, it depends on a lot of parameters if blood would actually, like, sprout out. Or just, like, flood out. And the whole situation also depends. It depends on the whole situation itself. Like, I can't really go into detail, but, you know, there are a lot more details to it. Do you know the way? Maybe I know the way. Maybe I know the way. Maybe I know the way. I know the way I have to go later. Do you know the way?
I don't know what you're after, but I don't know anything about that.
She doesn't know the way. Okay, sorry. So why did you use a steak knife again?
The steak knife was the closest, sharpest weapon I could lay my hands on.
Ah, yeah, right. So she
Didn't
said
really
that.
have much time to think about it.
So it was a spur of a moment situation. That is, like, knowing that it was spur of the moment is actually a thing prosecution usually wants to know. But not a thing I could tell them unless, like, a lot of permits have been given. Why... Well, let's dig into it. If it was really a spur of the moment situation, why did you not have much time to think about it? And I also don't have much more
I didn't
time
plan to kill my husband.
ask about it.
It was a spur of the moment thing.
Okay.
What is it with men and affairs? Is that why they have a shorter average lifespan?
Girl, I don't know. Maybe that's the reason. Like, honestly, everybody just having affairs here and there, and my polyamorous ass just being like, how about communication and actually making sure that it is okay instead? Because if you're a cheater, you're also not fit for a polyamorous relationship. Like, a cheater is not fit for any type of relationship, in my personal opinion. You know, just try to be as honest as possible. Just, you know, tell the people what they need to know. Give people a chance to feel safe and loved. And if you fall in love with multiple people, that's completely fine. It's like humans have become serial monogamists instead of like polyamorous. Because like as far as I know, like monogamy would then count as just one partner for life. Which makes like most people serial monogamists. But it's like still okay because it works for them. Would be awesome if people just wouldn't cheat and communicate more. Also, like, there are people that say like cheating doesn't exist in polyamorous relationships because they think polyamorous relationships is just cheating with permission. But if something is permitted, it is not cheating. You know, that's the... And it isn't. Like, for example, I'm in a close polyamorous relationship, aka I'm not just like in an open relationship as you know it. It's just like multiple close relationships that I just, you know, communicate with. Because I'm personally not a person that is made for open relationships. It's just not my thing because I don't have the need for it. I think I could live with having a partner that wants like a more open style in the 101 with them specifically, but it would make it all maybe a little more complicated on the other side, because I do care about healthiness, I do care about safety, but then again you can uncomplicate it again by using certain barriers and stuff, you know? Just like a lot of talking to do. And then you can shape every single relationship the way it has to be, for everyone to be happy. There are so many options out there. There's literally no same. Nobody needs to be in the same type of relationships. Everybody can just do their own. And I mean, that's what monogamous people do too. They just do what fits their relationship needs best. But a cheater does ignore that. Like, it's completely fine if you think like cheating is hot. There are people that think that it's, you know, it's the forbidden thing. And you want to do what's forbidden because, oh god, that's kind of hot, isn't it? Like, some people think like that. It's okay. It's okay to want forbidden things. But if you want to live out that fantasy, you can also live it out in a way that, you know, you play pretend. AKA your partner knows and you're actually in an open relationship, but you both agree on, like, openly making it look like a close relationship. So, like, you can live out your desires and then find only people that are okay with the fact. Tell them you want to play pretend and then just have your forbidden fruit. That would be the only way that I would allow or accept as such cheating. If it was a play and not the actual thing. Because, like, cheating is pretty easy in multiple ways. It doesn't really mean that you somebody else. Like, literally, cheating can also be you simply break somebody's trust. That's why usually at the beginning of a relationship I talk about cheating. It's also something I can tell all of you as soon as possible. Talk with your loved ones about what's cheating for them, what they consider as cheating, what they are expecting from a relationship with you. I know it kind of sounds like a job interview, but it isn't. It's literally, you get to know even another side of the person you love. Isn't that beautiful? You get to know what's important to them in your relationship, and you might find out that your thoughts about cheating didn't align. Maybe one of you is okay with kissing others, maybe the other one isn't, for example. That is like the most often heard thing in my life, that for some reason some people think like kissing isn't cheating, you know? And that might depend on the situation even. So then you find out that you might have like slightly differing ideas about cheating, but you can then sit down and say like, okay, but we agree on this. It doesn't mean that you have to be, it doesn't mean that you want to be cheating, it doesn't mean that you are planning on doing it. It does seem to be an awkward thing if you and your certain partner haven't talked about that yet. But like doing it early on just to get to know somebody, that's just such an interesting thing. Because it's cool, you know? you know what's expected. You know what's not okay, and you can communicate around it. And it's, to be honest, it's so nice to know more about a person and about what makes them tick and about what's not okay for them and what's nice. It kind of really helps you out. Trust me. It's a good thing. I used to not do that because, you know, talking about it is kind of a taboo. Like, a lot of things that need to be talked about have become a taboo in, like, normal social relationships. But honestly, talk about those things. Like, in a neutral setting. Just talk about it. What do you need? What don't you need? You know? And make the relationship one that you can trust in. Because if you can trust in a relationship, it's gonna be so much better. Trust me. It's gonna be so much better if you have the knowledge to keep your brain from overthinking. She does have a skill issue. Yep, a communication skill issue. As long as that isn't mended, they are literally not fit for any type of relationship. Especially not polyamorous relationships, but as well, especially not monogamous. If you ever hear somebody tell you, oh, I'm polyamorous, my partner just doesn't know it. Red flag. Run. No, but honestly, no. Then that person isn't polyamorous, that person is a cheater. Okay? Service announcement. I literally heard that sentence in real life and I was like, fix your stuff, I'm never gonna talk to you again. It's another, sure, it's a completely different issue if you are in a mono-poly combination and you, for example, have a monogamous partner. There are monogamous partners that are okay with a monopoly combo and can work for some. They might have other needs than polyamorous people. They might have the same needs, actually. But they're just saturated with one person. But sometimes it's just somebody who tries to be like somebody to rein you back in to monogamy, and things like if they say yes to polyamory on your side, they, like, you will somehow outlive your phase. And if they put in more and more rules, like one penis policies and whatever, which are, oh, I hate the thing. You know, that might them just being like subconsciously trying to rein you in because they are in fact not okay with it. Please just talk that out. If it's all something you can both agree on, fair. If it's not something you can both agree on, please talk. Because a relationship needs to be something both can, like, all parts that are active in that certain relationship, which is usually a one-on-one situation, but of course there are triads and quads and whatever. But everyone who's actively involved with this specific relationship, not as a metaphor, just like this specific relationship, they need to be able to know. They need to be able to consent. That is very important. They need to be able to consent to the situation. They need to be able to consent to everything that, like, really 100% affects them. Which means also, like, if you've got multiple relationships, they might not completely affect each other, so not everything needs to be shared, unless it's wanted, of course. Just remember, intimate details aren't your intimate details alone. If you have had an intimate experience with somebody and you share about it, please make sure that you do not share too much of the intimacy of the other person without their consent. It's also a thing to remember here. So there is a lot of communication that just a lot of people don't know, or never had to need, like, never felt the need to know, but it's, like, very important. Just look into communication. It's so cool. And in fact, like, honestly, like, that might just be my personal thing, but I love to dissect the mind of my partners. I love it to, like, just get to know every fucking button that you could push. It's wonderful. It's like my personal science project. Yeah, but I just love getting to know my loved ones, like, on a deeper level. It's so beautiful. I want to know everything. I want to know what makes them tick, you know? It's beautiful. It's just like I get this distinct and huge interest in people then. So yeah. So I can only ask one more question, I think. She said reanimation is more accurate before. I kind of want to go into that as well. Why is reanimation more accurate?
David was dazed and confused when I brought him back to life. As you'd expect. He was scared. He didn't want me to go near him at first, which is understandable, as I did kill him.
Fair.
But I didn't really succeed in bringing him back. He wasn't a big talker before, but even monosyllabic words were more than what he seemed able to give me.
So I noted down that she earlier said she didn't really succeed at bringing him back. Why did you say you didn't succeed at bringing him back? Because is this a part of it? The fact that, like, his brain was decayed too much already?
He made sounds. I could understand him a bit. I thought he'd improve with time, like a child learning to talk, but he didn't. It's only recently that I've come to that conclusion that he's not going to get better. He's not going to be right again. I think it's his brain. At least he is safe where he is.
You know, your brain needs to form new connections. If she really just reanimated him in a way that he hasn't gotten, like, more life, he will just continue to decay, which will just make the situation worse, which also would also mean that he cannot learn again because his brain needs to make new connections again, and maybe this brain is unable to. So yeah, where is he safe? In the lake house?
At the lake house.
Okay.
He doesn't move from there. For good reason.
What good reason?
David shouldn't be alive, so he can't just stroll around the neighborhood.
Fair.
It's unseemly. I did think he'd be able to rejoin society at some point, but not anymore. He's getting worse, not better.
As expected with my earlier idea. I can enjoy just looking at beautiful people doing the thing that's art. Or listening to them talk about it. I love that. Especially Marilyn Manson beautiful people. Manson is a special breed, yeah. So I did ask what good reason, but... why would David be strolling... Or wait, strolling around be unseemly? I mean, what if you just told everybody about it? Like, what if you just said, like, hey, people being not dead for real, but being fake dead is a thing, and sometimes it still might be unnoticed. I don't know. Like...
Do you see David here? No, Doctor. That would be ridiculous.
I'm just gonna accept that. I'm just gonna accept that. It's fine. So, he doesn't move from the lake house.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. What I meant to say is that David never leaves the vicinity of the lake house. I think his hunting will be severely restricted by trying to do it from the kitchen window.
Did Dr. Dekker actually meet David? Did I ask that before?
I think it was a mistake taking Dr. Dekker to see David. Dr. Dekker wanted to examine him, so they went into a different room. I wasn't worried. David wouldn't speak. But Dr. Dekker seemed very distant after that. He didn't say a word on the way back.
Maybe David did speak to Dr. Dekker. Oh fuck, I really need to stop. Maybe he spoke to him.
I don't know anything about that.
Okay. This is actually where we have to stop. I don't know if I forgot to note down the last couple of things, but I do have the responses, and I do have the question history. So current act progress is 20%. We found 38 responses from 273. We made now 701 searches, and the overall progress has jumped to 44%. This is a thing. So that's cool. Let's go, let's go. I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye! Hey, thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to subscribe. It really helps me out. And thank you so much to Zelex90 and Westmake87 for supporting me on Ko-fi to make these videos happen. And you can also support further videos coming up and see your name here in the credits. Just hit the link in the description and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye!